Hello everyone, my name is The Clever Fool. Today I'll be playing the third episode of Zizka titled Iron Lords. Let's go ahead and get started.
Despite my skill as a commander, I cannot say that I am a great man. But I was fortunate to be alive at the same time as one, and even luckier to join his ranks. That man was the reformer, Jan Hus. Hus saw through the hypocrisies of our leaders and criticized them openly. The clergy and nobility, he said, exploited the common folk and denied them the wine in the holy act of communion. He was fearless, and the Pope was terrified of him. Hus was charged with heresy, and the Holy Roman Emperor Sigismund pledged him safe passage to Constance to defend himself. But the foul knave reneged on his word and handed Hus over for execution. Resolute to the last, Hus remained true to his cause, even as the flames took him. The tidings of Hus's brutal end sent Bohemia into a frenzy. With unbridled rage, we Hussites stormed the town hall in Prague and hurled royalist officials through its windows. Powerless to contain the chaos, King Wenceslaus died of shock, causing the hated Sigismund to lay claim to the throne. Now, as we prepare for all-out war, some Hussites have journeyed to the south and rebuilt an abandoned fortress into the citadel of Tabor. I marched to join them, but our route is fraught with peril. A league of ruthless noblemen known as the Iron Lords have sworn death to any Hussite that they meet, and most of our army consists of untrained peasants, men, and even some women who have never seen a day of battle. If we are to survive an onslaught of armored knights, these untrained commoners will have to turn wagons into weapons and fight in a way never seen before.
Alright, looks like we're going to be using the unique unit for this mission. Our main objectives are to bring, or we only have one, so it's to bring at least 10 units, including 3 wagons, to reach Tabor. Okay? Zizka is restricted to the Castle Age and can support a population limit of 150. The Iron Lords prowl the route to Tabor to preserve the integrity of our force, use dense terrain and elevation advantageously, and fight only when absolutely necessary. The Taborites have quarried most of the nearby stone to build their fortress. Additional stone must be sought in enemy territory. The Hussites are peasants with only rudimentary war materials at their disposal, plunder enemy armories and estates to acquire more advanced armors and weapons. Although Zizka and his Hussites cannot currently recruit knights, the Bohemians can train powerful hand cannoneers in the Castle Age, provided that they can somehow obtain the knowledge of chemistry. Your scouts report that Zizka's Hussite army in Sign has just left Plzeň and is marching to reinforce the allied fortress of Tabor in purple, which is located in the east of the map. The Iron Lords in green have reneged on their peace agreement with Zizka and now scour the countryside for him and his army. Their forces of cavalry and infantry block the route to Tabor and defend several estates and armories scattered throughout the map. 3 major enemy fortresses dominate the region. Sedlik in orange lies to the north and is defended by pikemen, skirmishers, and scorpions. Pisek in blue is situated to the southwest and will field armies of cavalry and mangonels. That's pretty troublesome. And Prachatis in yellow towers over the southeast region. Its forces consist of swordsmen, crossbowmen, and rams. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here.
March on the double, Hussites! The Iron Lords are hot on our tail!
You are sailing on the maelstrom, Jan. Prepare to face the wrath of the Iron Lords.
Okay, so these guys are gunpowder units. That means they're probably my strongest unit right now, aside from maybe the hero. kind of want to stay away from the main road if I can. We lack a good scout here, which is troublesome.
This bridge is one route to Tabor, but it is heavily guarded. Perhaps we should sneak through the swamps to the southeast instead.
To bait these guys away.
So, heretics seek to creep through the marsh like a nest of adders. The Iron Lord's cavalry will rip you out like a clump of reeds. And stab.
Steady on, Hussites! We have them right where we want them. Close formation and prepare to fire!
Okay, let's spare spearmen here. The archers Alright, that could have certainly gone worse. I think we used our units pretty effectively here. We still have 31 remaining units. Our hero is quite low on HP though. Okay, if we have more enemies to fight here, you're gonna be in trouble. I feel like there's gonna be another wave guarding this bridge. Perhaps if we're lucky, there won't be. I think we're good. Alright, so we actually have quite a few units remaining here. I think we saved all of our wagons, which is really good. The wagons.
Welcome, young Zizka. Our fortress is yours. Just lead us to victory over these predatory noblemen and flush them out of their tall castles.
Co žádáš? Stavím. Ano. Stavím. Co žádáš?
Jsem připraven. Stavím.
Jsem připravena. Ano. Stavím.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Your feeble pile of stones will not save you from the Iron Lords. True warriors from real castles now issue forth against you.
Okay, we can't train knights. I just remembered that. We also need to get chemistry somehow. And our main objective now is to destroy the castle in 2 of the 3 enemy fortresses. Okay, so this is interesting. We can't.
Our scouts have mapped the region and located several of the Iron Lord's estates. Our weapons and supplies are few, but perhaps we can seize what we need from our enemies.
Okay, my primary focus right now is to get booming. 150, restricted to Castle Age. No, we need this food for villagers right now.
Zdař Bůh.
And we need as much wood as we can get so we can start producing wagons.
Jsem připraven. Zdáš Bůh. Ano.
Jsem připravena.
Jsem připraven. Štěpu dřevo.
Zdař Bůh. Ano. Jsem připravena. Budiš. Ano. Štěpu dřevo.
Okay, and destroying enemy trade workshops gives us resources, and getting blacksmiths allows us to get additional upgrades. So there is a blacksmith, castle, trade workshop. That blacksmith is really far away. There's another blacksmith that's a little bit further up. There's actually a lot of blacksmiths. That one might be near enough to do an assault on. Let's try getting over here. Being stuck with only peasants is a bit rough. Certainly unique, but it's rough. I'm gonna produce the Hussite Wagons here. They're gonna be our strongest unit for quite some time, I think.
Co žádáš? Jsem připravena. Štěpu dřevo. Ano. Jsem připravena. Ano, ano. Štěpu dřevo.
Vašim službám. Ano, pane. Jak ano, žádáš. Ano, bojujme. Rozumím. Ano, pane. Rozumím, jak žádáš. Do zbraně. Rozumím. Žádáš. Rozumím, ano, jak žádáš.
Jsem připravena. Co žádáš? Štěpu dřevo. Budiš. Lovím zvěř.
Vašim službám. Vašim rozumím. Bojujme. Ano, ano, rozumím. Žádáš. Ano, pane.
Okay, so these Hussite Wagons, they're strong, but they fire pretty slowly, unfortunately.
Stavím.
Commoners though we may be, Hussites fight for a cause. Through sanctity and fervor, your villagers will prove hardy in the face of enemy attacks.
That's right, sanctity and fervor affect our villagers. We need gold to get it though.
Jsem připravena. Stavím. Co žádáš? Ano. Budiš. Lovím zvěř.
Co přikazuješ? Ano, rozumím. Jak ano, žádáš.
Okay, so the wagons on their own attack too slowly to do much. So we need like skirmishers to back these. Do we have a blacksmith? No, we don't.
Ano, bojujme.
Co žádáš? Vykonám to. Pravdu díš. Stavím.
Willing to bet that we can't build our own blacksmith. No, we can't.
Ano, vykonám to. Štěpu dřevo.
We have seized valuable equipment from this arsenal. Arm yourselves, brothers.
Chainmail armor and pikemen. Oh, that's good.
Zdař Bůh.
Jsem připraven. Sbírám. Ano, štěpu dřevo.
We had free mining tech.
You have pilfered some elegant weapons, Zizka. Surely you do not presume that foolish peasants could actually know how to brandish such
Co
fine
žádáš?
armaments.
Zdař Bůh.
Jsem připraven. Lovím zvěř.
Jsem připravena. Zvěř.
Okay, so there's a gold mine out here.
Vašim službám. Jak žádáš.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím. Jsem připravena. Stavím.
Alright, we have stabilized a little bit by the looks of things here. These guys alone probably won't be able to defeat the guard of the next blacksmith on their own.
Zdař Bůh, opravuju.
Co žádáš? Stavím.
That doesn't mean we can't have them scout around a little bit though. That's a castle.
Ano, vykonávaju. Jsem připravena. Šepu dřevo.
Ano, co přikazuje? Žádáš? Do zbraně!
Ano.
Zdař Bůh, stavím. Jsem připravena. Vykonám to. Sbírám.
Jsem připraven.
Ano, sbírám.
Okay.
Zdař Bůh. Žádáš. Budíš. Jsem připraven. Žádáš.
Jsem připravena.
Let's get fervor for village HP.
Ano. Robím dolů.
Ano.
I would like Bodkin Arrow at some point.
Zdař Bůh.
Ano, rozumím, jak žádáš. Bojujme!
Jsem připravena.
Co žádáš? Sbírám.
Co přikazuješ? Do útoku!
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Ano, ořu zemi. Stavím.
Ano.
And I can build additional castles, which is really good. Looks like pikemen and defensive siege weapons will be our best defense so far.
Ano, rozumím. Do zbraně!
Jsem připravena. Stavím.
Our economy is
Ano.
starting to heat up here.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Co přikazuješ? Rozumím. Ano, do útoku!
Yeah, the wagons have really, really low fire rate. I'd love to get chemistry somehow.
Jsem připravena.
Co žádáš? To. Stavím.
This is definitely going to be all about the trash.
Ano.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím, žádáš.
Co žádáš? Robím
Zdař
dolů.
Bůh.
Ano, pane. Bojujme! Co přikazuješ? Ano, pane. Vašim službám.
Ano. Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Ano, jak rozumím. Vašim službám. Ano, pane.
Oh, there's a university here.
Vašim službám.
Good. Let's get a mangonel. Let's get some more pikes. We're still low food here. This force is actually holding its own a little bit better than I expected them to. Let's get the wagon upgrade tech. Build some more villagers.
Ano, stavím.
about upgrading to light cavalry as well. Oh, we're getting cleaned up here. Oh, that's a damn shame.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím. Ano. Stavím.
Bůh. Vykonám to. Stavím.
Ano, do útoku.
Jsem připraven.
Vašim službám. Ano, do útoku.
Co žádá? Opravuju. Jsem připravena. Lovím zvěř.
I'd like to get enough stone to build another castle. And get enough wagons out
Stavím.
in order to make another true assault here.
Co přikazuješ? Do útoku. Ano. Vašim službám.
Zdař Bůh. Co žádáš? Budíš. Stavím.
Ano, co přikazuješ?
Are the attacks getting more intense? If they're not getting more intense, it's not too big of a problem. But if they are, then we're in trouble.
Jsem připraven. Stavím.
So far, it doesn't seem like it is, and we're not really spending that much
Stavím.
gold.
Dobím
So
dolů.
I'm not too worried about our performance right now.
Ano, rozumím.
Pikemen are pretty much enough to stave off blue, and we're
No
continually making
wounds
progress
daunts this
here.
one-eyed warrior. I will soon be back. Mark my words.
Vašim službám. Jak žádáš?
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Co přikazuješ? Ano. Co přikazuješ? Žádáš. Vašim službám. Jak žádáš. Co přikazuješ? Vašim službám.
Jsem připraven. Zdař Bůh. Žádáš. Stavím.
Ano.
Zdař Bůh. Jsem připraven.
To build a second
Stavím.
castle
Jsem
here.
připravena.
Zdař Bůh. Vykonám to.
That should cement our safety.
Stavím.
Ano. Do zbraně.
And we have both relevant monastery texts now as well, so we're good.
Ano, pane.
Let's do ballistics next after the murder holes.
Ano. Vašim službám. Jak žádáš. Co přikazuješ?
Alright, let's go for this Blacksmith University combo here. Now I think about it, I have my own university, so why can't I research
Zdař
chemistry?
Bůh. Ano. Vykonám to.
Peasant armies
Lovím zvěř.
falter and bow like grass before a breeze. But the Iron Lords stand tall like the great
Jsem
oak.
připravena.
připraven.
Zdař Bůh.
Soon, like the grass, you
Stavím.
shall all be
Stavím.
known.
Stavím. Stavím.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím. Ano. Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
pretty empty threat with what you've said to me so far. I'm not actually too scared. Now these guys have chemistry now, so it looks like they are progressing at their own rate. We also need to progress as well. I'm gonna see if destroying this monastery gives me anything.
We have seized valuable equipment from this arsenal. Arm yourselves, brothers.
Leather, archer armor, and elite skirmisher. I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed there. I was kind of hoping for more.
Ano, jsem připraven. Stař Bůh. Stavím.
Let's scout this area near the cliff to see if we can get any additional resources here.
Ano, bojujme.
That is an enemy TC.
Co přikazuješ? Ano, do zbraně. Co přikazuješ? Do útoku.
Destroying that university seems to have had no effect whatsoever. So I'm gonna go either retreat in this direction, train a few rams, train a few more wagons, train some more light cavalry, more pikemen.
Ano, rozumím. Ano, rozumím.
And prep for making assault on this blacksmith. Massive gold piles over there.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Let's start trying to mine that out. There's stone over here too. I think pushing north will be
Žádáš.
the correct move for the next stratagem, so to speak.
Co žádáš? Rozumím. Žádáš. Bojujme.
Having production buildings to start makes this much easier. But I will say, despite this being a three-sword mission, three-sword campaign set, this has been easier than Yawiga overall so far. At least just by my feel of things.
Do útoku. Co přikazuješ? Do zbraně!
Yeah, I imagine, yes, that these castles will be walled off properly.
Ano, bojujme! K vašim službám.
K vašim službám. Vykonám to.
We have plenty of resources now. Our economy is super strong. Yeah, while the wagons are good and chunky, I imagine they're really good against
We have
ranged
seized valuable equipment from this arsenal. Arm
Their
yourselves.
attack rate is just too slow to be direct combat units. Bodkin arrow and crossbowmen, that's quite good.
K vašim službám.
Just look at all of these valuable resources, my fighters. Feast your eyes and then your stomachs.
Co přikazuješ? Ano, pane. K vašim službám. Žádáš. Do útoku. Ano, bojujme. Do útoku.
Just sending rams on their own is not going to be good enough.
Stealing supplies! The Iron Lords take the hands of the... Wait, you presume to besiege our castles? Such amusement has not regaled the Iron Lords since Hus burned like a sentry beacon.
Ano, rozumím, zbraně! Ano, žádáš.
I think mixing in some crossbowmen might be a good idea here.
Ano. Vašim službám. Co přikazuješ? Vašim službám. Rozumím. Jak žádáš. Ano, pane. Jak žádáš.
Our wagons are so strong that they can pretty much just sit under here all day. They produce surprisingly quickly as well. That's something else to make note of. Okay, they are taking quite the beating now. Gonna back off temporarily.
Co přikazuješ? Rozumím. Ano, pane. Žádáš. Ano, pane. Žádáš. Ano. Ano, pane. Rozumím. Ano, pane. Vašim službám. Ano, pane. Bojujme. Jak žádáš. Do zbraně. Ano, pane. Jak žádáš. Bojujme. Ano. Co přikazuješ? Do zbraně. Vašim službám. Jak ano, žádáš, jak žádáš. Co přikazuješ? Vašim službám. Ano, rozumím. Co přikazuješ? Do zbraně. Ano, jak žádáš. Vašim službám. Žádáš.
Wish we had better siege. Just battering rams is not great.
Co přikazuješ? Do zbraně. Ano, rozumím. Rozumím. Bojujme. Co přikazuješ? Ano, rozumím. Ano, pane. Co přikazuješ? Ano, pane. Do zbraně. Co přikazuješ? Vašim službám. Do útoku!
Zdař Bůh. Ano, vykonám to. Stavím.
Start mining up that stone, and this fortress will be down very soon. The pierce armor on these guys is nuts. I think positioning the wagons will be a bit tricky. This might be a good contender if we're using a box formation. One castle down.
That the castle in Sedlec lies in ruins. The Iron Lord cannot believe this disgrace.
Ano, rozumím. Žádáš. Rozumím. Jak žádáš. Rozumím. Žádáš.
Cap ram and conscription research. That's really good. Those are imperial age texts. I would like chemistry though. That'd be the best out of all of them.
Jsem připraven. Stavím.
And this mission has been the easiest out of all the DLC missions so far, except for maybe one of the Algirdas and Kestitutus
Just look
missions.
at all of these valuable resources, my fighters. Feast your eyes, and then your stomachs.
Alright, let's go scout this area. Oops. Like, look at how weak this attack is. It's just a few rounds. Like, I don't even really need much more than actual peasants to defend against that, considering that I have 2 castles up.
Vašim službám. Co přikazuje? Vašim službám. Rozumím.
Ano. Stavím. Co žádáš? Stavím.
Ano,
Ano,
jak
pane.
žádáš.
Ano,
jak
pane.
žádáš.
Okay, it might be easier to just go for blue next.
Co přikazuje?
Ano,
Rozumím.
pane.
Vašim
Rozumím,
službám.
pane.
Jak
Rozumím.
žádáš.
Let's stage forward here.
Ano. Stavím.
This section is now walled
Stavím.
off.
Jsem připraven.
Pravdu díš.
Stavím.
It's nice and safe. Blue has been not entirely annoying. They're annoying to meet out on the
Rozumím,
field
žádáš.
Ano,
because they
pane.
have knights and mangonel.
Co přikazuje? Vašim
Jak
službám.
žádáš. Ano,
Rozumím.
pane.
Ano, rozumím.
Bojujme.
That was not a good fight. Lost a lot of units here.
Vašim službám. Ano, jak
Ano,
žádáš.
I think maybe the remaining lords got more powerful slightly because there's only 2 of them now.
Vašim službám.
Ano,
Rozumím.
pane.
Simultaneous attack is pretty scary too.
Žádáš. Ano. Ano.
But we can repair this damage
Opravuju.
pretty easily here.
Vašim službám.
What I need is an outside staging point. Maybe like right there.
Jsem připraven dolů. Stavím.
Somewhere where I can just keep funneling units out. And having a safe place
Ano, jak žádáš. Rozumím. Jak žádáš.
to really dig deep into blue here. Still no clue as to how to get chemistry.
Co přikazuje? Jak žádáš. Ano. Co přikazuje?
pane.
Bojujme. Ano,
Ano,
jak
ano, pane.
žádáš. Rozumím,
Ano,
jak
pane.
žádáš.
I I think we just happened to get caught in the middle of an attack
Ano,
wave.
rozumím.
That's why things look a little more difficult for a little bit. But we have plenty of resources. Losing is not going to happen. Consistently at pop cap as well.
Jsem připraven. Zdař Bůh. Opravuju. Ano. Stavím. Co žádáš? Stavím.
Vašim službám, rozumím. Vašim službám.
Ano. Co žádáš? Stavím.
Co přikazuješ? Ano, rozumím. Jak žádáš. Do útoku.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Ano. Stavím.
Co žádáš?
Co žádáš? Ano. Opravuju.
Is there any more stone to be had anywhere on the map?
Stavím.
Doesn't look like it. We could probably buy some later.
Co přikazuješ? Rozumím. Do zbraně. Vašim službám. Co přikazuješ? Bojujme.
Ano, stavím.
Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Vašim službám. Do útoku. Co přikazuješ? Jak žádáš. Vašim službám. Rozumím. Ano, pane. Ano, rozumím. Do útoku. Co přikazuješ? Bojujme.
Let's buy some stone, sell off some spare food. There's gold piles here to be had.
Ano.
That's what I like about these DLC missions.
Co
They
žádáš?
pretty much always have tons of good
ano,
resources
konám. Co
around.
žádáš?
Unless the theme is to lack a particular resource.
Ano, pane. Do útoku.
Jsem připraven.
Jsem připravena. Stavím.
Ano, do zbraně.
Ano. Zdař Bůh. Stavím.
Vykonám to. Stavím. Jsem připraven.
Vašim službám.
Žádáš. Opravuju.
Repair up that castle. Took a lot of damage from the rams. That's what we bought the stone
Ano,
for.
do útoku.
Here's a blacksmith.
Co přikazuješ? Do zbraně.
Ano. Budíš. Co žádáš? Vykonám to. Štěpu dřevo.
Vašim službám.
What does this blacksmith give us? It will give us something, right? It better give us something.
Co přikazuješ? Službám. Do útoku.
Ano. Stavím.
Co přikazuješ? Žádáš. Bojujme. Vašim službám. Ano, do útoku.
Stavím.
Žádáš. Ano. Budíš. Štěpu dřevo.
Co přikazuješ? Žádáš. Bojujme.
Only need to destroy 2 castles here, so I guess we're gonna go the whole scenario without knowing where chemistry is.
Vašim přikazuje?
Not like we really
Žádáš?
needed it.
Ano. Co žádáš?
Vašim
Ano, pane.
službám.
Ano,
Rozumím.
pane.
Yellow's trying to bail their friend out, but it's not gonna happen. I think Blue might even just be out of the game. He's out of resources.
Zizka was a beloved resident of the Iron Lords. Your
Ano, jak
miscreants
žádáš.
will pay for
Vašim
this.
rozumím. Bojujme.
With the Iron Lords defeated, we have made safe our new citadel. A small flame of hope now glows in the vast darkness of ignorance.
Alright, so I presume that destroying more of those blacksmiths would get us chemistry, but we don't really need it in the end, so not so sure about this level design, actually. The fact that you start with only peasant units is pretty cool, but overall this mission is still really easy.
On the marshy plains of Sudomierz, a rabble of peasants became a disciplined army. Crouched behind a wall of wagons, 400 Hussites broke charges of knights with volleys of crossbows and hand cannons before charging into the fray with flails fashioned from farm tools. As castle after castle fell, we exacted our grim vengeance. Only one man survived our sack of sedlets, a lord to whom we offered freedom on the condition that he lop off the heads of the other 5 noblemen standing beside him. Within the smithies and arsenals of the Iron Lords lay enough weapons to equip a small army. As my Hussites took these arms in their hands, I watched a force of commoners begin to realize the previously unimaginable. With faith, discipline, and my astute leadership on the battlefield, the Hussite movement could defy knights, nobles, and even an emperor.
Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the map. Doesn't look like we missed anything super critical here. Yeah, I guess just going out of your way to destroy more of the blacksmiths would eventually get you chemistry. But all in all, this is a very straightforward level. Like, the enemies will never breach your walls, especially if you build a second castle here. It's extremely easy. It's actually making me start to doubt if Jan Zizka is the 3-sword mission or not, because if you look at Jadwiga, Duel of the Dukes was their 3rd mission, and that's a very difficult one. These two are reasonably easy, but they're the first 2 missions, whereas for Jan Zizka, I feel like all 3 missions so far have been fairly reasonably easy. I guess Courage and Coin is pretty difficult if you don't know how to properly deal with the initial attacks and you don't adequately make use of the gunpowder. But I guess we will see. Anyway, my name is Mr. Clever Fool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.